What is up, friends? Takeover peeps, random person coming across this video. However you got here today, I'm happy to have you. This week I went to Space Coast Comic Con. It was my first ever Comic Con, and I had so much fun. It was a small one. I've seen that the other ones are much bigger than this, honestly. But when my family saw that, because we're a bunch of nerds, we saw that there was one happening close by, we had to go check it out. And honestly, for how small it was, this one packed a punch though. I mean, there were panels, there was a room to play board games. Some people were playing a Dungeons and Dragons storyline right there. There were a bunch of vendors on the floor. There were comic sketch artists. There were independent comics and comic artists there. There were people just selling things. I saw so much cool stuff. Comic books everywhere, figurines, video games. Some people had trading cards, awesome collectibles. There was this Power Rangers collectible thing there that was like $300 that I would have loved to put in my collection from the movie back in the 90s. Did not, however. But I did find a bunch of comic books. I found one booth had like dollar comic bin, and there were Spider-Man ones in there, and they were just super cool. So I will show that portion later in the video. Yeah, there was just so much cool stuff. There was this one artist who I need to go back and look at the name of. I've got her business card somewhere, but she was a teenager and her sketches were outstanding. She had like sketches of Darkwing Duck and Regular Show and all sorts of ones like that. Another favorite table that I saw there was someone who had created their own lightsabers that you could actually use to hit around, and they weren't just flimsy ones that were going to break right away. Like, these were high quality $100 plus lightsabers, and I have a video in here that I would love to show you of the guy explaining his product.
So we're on Facebook right now, and we're going to launch our webpage probably in about a month, and then we'll have all of our inventory on the webpage and everything too. So that's going to be exciting, right? So in this, you can see on this particular one, in fact, all of them. This is the motherboard right here. You can see it, right? And then we use a rechargeable e-cigarette battery. And on this one, there's a recharging port right there, so you can charge your batteries. Pretty cool, huh? And then, of course, are you ready?
I'm ready.
And again, these are combat worthy. And we can change the colors. This has 12 different colors. So it's like, what color do you like?
That's awesome.
Let's make it teal. And again, I have smooth swing, so you can hear it. Very cool.
They were called Space Ninja Sabers. My daughter saw it and she was like, "Dad, you have to come to this table." And she wanted us to each have one so we could battle with them. My wife made us promise that if we do ever get them, that they will only be used outside of our place. So let's get into it. Alright, so I wanted to show you some of the comics that I got there. Once again, this was a nice deal. I got 11 comics for $10, which I was really into. I really liked the cover on this one. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, so that's the majority of what I got. Some of these I'm not opening up at this point in time, not because of value, just because I haven't yet. There were some that were just loose in there, and then there were some that were sealed up with the backing, and I just left those for now. I did grab one Iron Man one, and I'm going to show you the exact reason why. My wife actually grabbed this one, and I added it to the deal because she was a huge Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and they've got this classic old Got Milk Sarah Michelle Gellar advertisement on the back. Speaking of advertisements, though, that is actually, other than the fact that within the realm of the Spider-Man ones that I was grabbing, I looked for covers that I liked, and then I also looked for advertisements that I liked, because I think the ads are so cool in here. Like this Dark Knight one here. Looking just before You can barely see through. And then turn the page and you see that's action figures. I love those 90s action figures. This one I thought was a sweet cover. The Hobgoblin reminds me of the action figure that I had growing up. Once again, speaking of those, I love this Pizza Hut ad. It makes me want to go back in time to being a kid, getting that personal pan pizza, and maybe getting one of these hero cups. I mean, $2.99, let's go, okay? Kids pizza pack? I mean, are you kidding me? Single topping personal pan pizza. 16-ounce Marvel Hero cup filled with soft drink. Different cup each week. Marvel custom comics complete with trading cards featuring the Hulk, Captain America, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and more each week. $2.99 deal. Sign me up each time. We got this Beavis and Butthead advertisement in there as well. I grabbed 2 copies of these, and here's why. Let me grab the other one. This is the first advertisement that I absolutely loved in here. I might not turn to it first. Okay, first, I thought this was kind of cool, like a number that people or kids can call as they're reading that if they're having a hard time at home or maybe with bullies or something. You know, some real life hero action going on. Got this Nights into Dreams coming August, only on Sega Saturn. That is a system that I want to play around with sometime. I might have to add to the collection. I've been really fascinated by finding old systems, I'm fascinated with the idea of eventually finding old systems and then now just diving in and experiencing it as if they had just come out, because it feels like this kind of abandoned, empty world that I can discover and explore. But I digress. This is the advertisement I absolutely loved, okay? Because I grew up just loving Saturday morning cartoons, especially watching them on ABC when Disney's One Saturday Morning was happening. But look at this lineup here. So I bought 2 copies because I think that I don't know. I might try to tear this out carefully in some way and frame it, or I don't know. Maybe so. Do you have a good suggestion of how I should go about this? But then keeping one comic intact. Anyways, look at this lineup though. We got Gargoyles, we got the Bugs and Bunny and Tweety show, Doug, obviously, Street Sharks, the Mighty Ducks show, the animated series Schoolhouse Rock. I mean, look at this. That's just, oh my gosh, brings back memories. This was another cover I liked and had multiple advertisements I thought were cool. The Nightmare Before Christmas wasn't even out yet. That's amazing. Then we've got this Sega Genesis, The Simpsons Bart's Nightmare game. Man, memories on that too. Sports card shout out. Young Guns for 93 Fleer football. Man, imagine how many of you have 93 Fleer football cards just sitting around that you don't even have the energy to go through at this point in time. That will probably exist for forever. Unless you literally donate them. And here's praying. You get sent to your room for a week. Upper Deck Fun Pack. Anyone open any of these? This one is a thickie. This is a thick boy compared to the other comics, for sure. Kind of falling apart on the cover. That's all right. X-Men trading cards. This is something that I think I want to open right now. Fleer Ultra 94 X-Men. Look at that advertisement. And then this guy for the Sega CD, Lethal Enforcers. Yes, that is a gun in our package, and we are happy to see you. It's great stuff. Okay. And last but not least, I thought this was sweet too. Got the lizard on the cover, Dr. Connors. Look at that. Blue Chips advertisement coming out February 18, 1994, right off the bat. And then this is a cool spread too. Makers of High C bring you the juiciest offer in history. X-Men comics on the back of your High C juice boxes. Did any of you guys have this show up in your lunchbox back in the day? There was even, oh my gosh, okay, so it looked like collector's edition comic book in specially marked High C variety packs. So you might find a comic book in there too? Dang. Alright. Whoops, not Struggling to turn to the advertisement I meant to. And to close it out, a little bit more cards there. This symbol nearly triggers me. Picture yourself on Griffey's cards. Man, what a time, what a time. Oh, and to close out, that's the thing too. Actually, let's scan through quick because there's some really sweet back advertisements. NBA Jam coming March 4th. More Pizza Hut stuff. Ooh, X-Men, Sega Genesis advertisement. That's beautiful. Wait, it says X-Men with a Spider-Man. Oh, Spider-Man and the X-Men combined? Are you kidding me? Sign me up. Star Wars cards. I remember those. Let's see what else we got here. More Star Wars cards. Star Trek game on Super Nintendo. Any of you guys play that? Back to Buffy. And those other ones have the backing on it, so we can't see. So yeah, those are my grabs. For $10, this made me so happy. I had such a good time at Comic-Con.